other thing I love about fishing with soft plastics is because you're using that single hook, you get that really good hook up through the top jaw. Another quick look at that plastic. So when they grab it really, really well. So generally you won't lose too many fish this way. So yes, don't know what else to say. So g'day folks, welcome to another PTP fishing. Been a couple of weeks since I've been on the water. Obviously here in Brisbane we had a snap lockdown, and between that and work and everything else haven't really got on the water, so nice to be on the water again this morning. Very specific mission this morning, which I will take you through once I get to where I want to fish. Just here at the launching point at the moment, having a little bit of a flick. But yes, looking forward to doing a bit of fishing. Hopefully we catch a few. Welcome to another PTP fishing. There we go. Took a bit of encouragement, but I finally caught one of these fish that I'm seeing on the sounder. So I mentioned in my intro that I was on a bit of a mission. So the mission is basically to see, we're in that transition period of the year. So what I mean by the transition is you go from deep schooling fish to, as the weather warms, the night warms, or the nights warm, these fish transition from these schools to the edges and to cover and all of those things. And I think what I've discovered now is that hasn't happened yet. So I've most probably been fishing for an hour and 20 minutes, and I haven't had a bite on the edges. This is my first bite, and even this took a little bit of encouragement to get on board. So that transition hasn't happened yet, but I'm happy to be on the board. Not a bad fish either. So I'll quickly show you that fish. So the one thing you haven't seen on this channel is me using soft plastics for bass very much, but when I first learnt to bass fish at Maroon Dam, all we did was fish with plastics. So that's a 1/4 ounce PML jig head, and that's one of the soft plastics that I'm testing for Fishing Monthly magazine. So it's a company called Jigging Lures based at the Gold Coast. Yeah, they do a range of plastics, but that one there to me really suits this style of bass fishing. So sort of a nice little paddle tail. Anyway, we'll get the hook out of him, pop a tag in him, we'll let him go. So one last look at that fish. 370, so nice way to start. We'll let him go. Ooh. He waved goodbye, that one. Yep, there we go, there's one. I think he's a bit angry, this one. So the hard part about deep water fishing in the kayak is staying where the fish are. So it only takes a little breath of wind and move you off the fish. So that most probably took me 5 minutes to to find that school of fish that I was sitting on before. And boy, oh boy, he's having a red hot crack, this guy. Yeah, didn't take much of a slow roll through them once the fish were found. So try and find myself a few landmarks so it doesn't take me quite as long this time around, but I think I've got a good fish here. Just got a glimpse of him then. But yeah, very nice fish. See if he wants to come to the net. Oh, what a cracking fish. Wow-wee. Beautiful fish. Beautiful. Now that is a beautiful fish. Again, that jigging lures. It's a little paddle tail grub. I don't know what you want to call it. What I'll do is I can't remember the name of it, but I will put it somewhere on the screen now. But that's a much better fish. That's definitely a fish in the 40s. So very, very happy with that. Fishing with soft plastics at Lake Kurwongbah, very cool. So another quick look at that fish, 43 centimetres, so definitely can't complain about that. Got a few fish on the sounder at the moment, so let's pop him back in, try and catch another one. Okay, let's see if we can pick up another one of those fish. So with these deeper fish, technique's pretty simple really. Throwing the plastic out, letting it get all the way to the bottom, and then it's most probably a slow roll, 5 or 6 winds, 7 winds, and then I stop winding, just let it drop back to the bottom while it's further out. As I get closer to the kayak, I'll open the bail arm. It's just a matter of a few rolls, get close to the kayak, open the bail arm up, let it get back to the bottom, roll again. Back to the bottom, roll again. So my sounder's telling me I've drifted off the fish, so we'll go back and find those fish. Ooh, there was a tap. Ooh, there's another. Gotcha. So there you go. So just let it get to the bottom. Started rolling it, had a tap, kept rolling, didn't grab it, so I let it get back to the bottom, started rolling it again, and he's grabbed it that time. So again, it's just about staying in that zone where the fish are. I'm using a 1/4 ounce jig head. I've seen people use lighter, but to me you come off the bottom too far too quickly. So yeah, 1/4 ounce works nicely for me. If the water was deeper, like I'm sitting in 20-25 foot of water here, if the water was deeper, I'd most probably go 3/8 or even 1/2 ounce. Like I said, the key is definitely to stay in that bottom 3 to 4 foot of water, 4 to 5 foot of water. And this is the result. Another beautiful fish. There it is. Another beautiful fish, 41 centimetres. A few nice fish coming into the kayak. Touch already, wasn't it? No. There's a fish. That was on the roll that time, so was just thinking to myself, I hadn't quite paddled far enough back against this wind, but obviously caught the edge of the school. It's a pretty exciting way to fish. They certainly take some drag when you first hook them, so I think I can 100% confirm that the mission of whether the fish have transitioned to the edges, no, they're definitely still sitting out in deeper water, I guess, waiting for that trigger to move to the edges. So yeah, I'm glad I bought the plastic to give it a try. Get in this net. Come up here and show yourself to the camera. There you go, another beautiful fish. Wowee. Good fun. There you go, another 40 centimetre fish. The problem I've got now is this is not the right way. Pointing, doing this. There we go. As soon as I got it near the bottom, rather than it, because the kayak was drifting backwards, the plastic was sitting up off the bottom. So as soon as I paddled forward and got the plastic to the bottom, next roll, I got a bite. So what I also did was change plastics. Still a paddle tail, but obviously there was a few plastics in the jigging lures range that I thought would be highly suitable for bass. So I'd caught a few on that other one. So I thought, good time to change style and change colour. And I've caught one first cast, so I'll show you that in a second. This guy's just playing up a little bit around the kayak. But again, another solid fish. It's pretty amazing how Kurwongbah's changed. So 18 months ago or so, you know, you would have been happy to be catching, you know, a 35 centimetre fish. These days 35 is most probably a small fish and 40 is a good fish. So there's another little solid one. I'll show you that plastic in a second. So there you go. Again, I don't know the name of the plastic, my apologies for that, but I will put it up on the screen here somewhere. But there it is, just another version of paddle tail, different colour. Again, it's that 1/4 ounce PML jig head, and what I like to do with my jig heads is to try and match the colour of the plastic as best I can, so the jig head becomes an extension of the soft plastic itself. So another fit, healthy fish. Again, great hookup. I just love the beauty of plastics fishing, is it's just that single hook, solid hookup, solid fish. So that's it for another PTP fishing. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I think I've successfully answered my mission question, which is, have these fish that have been schooling up moved to the edges? And I think I can pretty comfortably say no, they haven't. They're definitely in their schools. They're still fickle as ever as well. Obviously had that little bit of fun on those soft plastics first up this morning. It's been quite a while since then, let me tell you. I'll put a link in the description for those jigging lures plastics. There's a reasonable range and some quite interesting ones as well, and definitely the two little paddle tails, as you saw this morning, worked a treat. So link in the description for those. That's it from Lake Kurwongbah today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave comments, do all of those wonderful things, and we'll see you next time from PTP Fishing. See ya.